Closed mouth don't get fed. This is chapter 1 of my book, Fortune Cookie Leadership, and I'm really around the why and how to ask for the business. So let's get started. This is really the mindset around life in general. You get in life what you have the courage to ask for. And I think a lot of people have a sense of unworthiness, that they're not really worthy to ask for what they really want out of life. And sometimes it even takes some time to decide what it is that you really want. And this is more of a sales focused class today for both loan officers, real estate agents, as well as leadership. So hopefully you find this information helpful to move forward and get that confidence and know you are worthy enough to ask for what you want and to get it. We're going to talk about 5 of the chapters in my book, Fortune Cookie Leadership. The book was dedicated in memory of my mom. My mom was the queen of the one-liners. I also tend to coach and parent with one-liners. So my oldest daughter, Kelsey, called me a fortune cookie one time, and it stuck. So Fortune Cookie Leadership was derived from that name in the use of one-liners. The idea is to take somewhat complex ideas around business and sales and turn them into a simple one-liner. Hopefully they help. All right, let's jump to it. Here is the thing I said, welcome back. This was actually around coming back from COVID. And I think it's still actually important to learn from COVID, no matter how long it's been since COVID when you're watching this, that what are the things that we learned? There's a lot of people that wanted to go back to normal. And my experience was really that there were some really cool things that we could experience from COVID. The number one thing is we became exceedingly human. We had an opportunity to really connect with people at a high level. We also got to make sure that our audio was matching our video, because everything was up there in Zoom. Is what we're doing and what we're saying aligning, and making sure that what we say and what we do can actually show up, because it became really obvious to all of us when we were not in alignment with ourselves. And we got a chance to be really vulnerable. There were moments that were very difficult. A lot of loss happened. Obviously, the most horrific part was the loss of life. And that vulnerability creates connection. We all experience grief. All of us experience grief at one level or the other during COVID. And how can we connect as humans to help support each other as we work with that grief? So making sure that when we're connecting, even in a sales process, that we are connecting as humans and helping to support each other from here. Let's talk about the chapters in the book. Closed mouth don't get fed is chapter 1. I think a lot of people tend to close their eyes and wish, and I make comments about using the force. Now, I am a huge proponent of putting it energetically out there. I have created a lot of things in my life by just having a vision and having clear energy and continuing to work towards that vision every day. The clearer my vision is, the more likely I'm going to get it. It's not that I sit on the couch and have vision. It's that I'm doing something towards that vision every day. So yes, the force absolutely works. Manifesting absolutely works. Prayer absolutely works. Wishing for things, you're wishing for it every single day, absolutely work in combination with action. Is your audio and your video aligning? I can sit on the couch and say, I want to get healthier. Now, it's one thing to say, I want to get healthier and have a vision of a healthy me. And what am I doing to have that vision pull me in that direction? I got to get off the couch. I got to start moving. I got to make healthy meals. So all of these things are important to have, yes, your vision and your hope. And there's a lot of salespeople that I know that just sort of hope someone's going to come and talk to them about real estate or mortgage. And yeah, sometimes it happens, though that's not why we want to run our business. Hope is not a strategy. Hope is something we put out there to help pull us towards our goals and dreams, to help pull us towards that vision. And hope is fantastic. And we also got to do the work. We got to do the work mentally. We got to do the work physically. And so it was a little bit more than just using the force. We have to ask for what we want. Most people are not mind readers. If you are in a business, if you're in real estate and mortgage, you need to let people know what you do and what you need for your business. Hey, right now, this is my ideal client that I'm looking to support. Or boy, I really like working with people that are having this situation or that. People buy and sell real estate because it's a time of their life, not timing the market. Is there any particular group that you really like to help? whether it's sometimes people like to work with retirees that want to sell the family home and cash in and buy a smaller place, people that like to work with young families and first-time home buyers. Some people I know specialize in divorce and are really great at helping families transition to their next chapter and how to do that in a way which actually replaces the craziness with a sense of calm and next chapter. So there's a whole bunch of different things out there. Those are just very simple examples, and I'm sure you have your own. So when you're talking to people, ask for what you want. If somebody says, "How can I support you in your business? What's your ideal client?" Make sure you know how to answer that question and ask for the next step. I believe in mortgage and real estate that when somebody says, "How's the market?" or "What are rates?" it's an opportunity to ask them for the appointment because it is a very, very personal question. Asking people for the appointment to have a very serious conversation about their largest financial asset of their lives, which is their home, is valuable for you and them. You are the trusted advisor. You are the person they're going to help make a really good decision around a home, around their own personal home finance. So make sure that you are asking the question to get the appointment. And so this is where we talk about this. Are they buying? Are they selling? Are they just curious? Nobody is just curious about the overall market. There's usually something specific where people are wanting to know more information. And that's a great opportunity to set the appointment. What are rates is the same thing. You can Google market information. Anybody can Google what are rates. What people are really asking is, how can you help me make sense of this for my family, for my situation? Or maybe it's somebody they know that's really important to them that they want to make sure that they are providing great information and are wanting to refer you to somebody. So how's the market? Is yes, the conversation starter. And frankly, it's a great opportunity to ask for the appointment. People love to help support. As Americans, we are the land of the superheroes, the Marvel movies, the Super Friends, all of these people that are done through the comic books of DC and Marvel. And it's a fun. And when we get an opportunity to get to be the superhero, that's really great. And sometimes we get to have other people help us be the superhero as well. So when somebody wants to help support you, that comes from this need to be that superhero, to be able to fly in and save the day and give people an opportunity to help support you. Second thing I want to talk about is that sales is a contact sport. Sometimes you're going to have to shake hands with people you don't like, and you are going to have to be friendly. Happy salespeople sell more homes. You have to be friendly if you're going to make friends. And I think I hear this a lot like, "Oh, it's weird, it's awkward, I don't know how to go and talk to people." I'm like, yeah, I do, because you were an 8-year-old. At one point in your life, you were a little kid that went on the playground and talked to other little kids. There's a little kid in all of us. So really take advantage of this opportunity to be friendly. Just go and have conversations with people. What do you do for work? How can I support you? What's your ideal client? And then people will naturally ask you the same questions. So if you want to make new friends, you have to be friendly. Our job is to make friends and then to help our friends make great decisions. So get out there and find that inner 8-year-old. Or with your current friends, say, "Hey, who of your friends do I need to get to know?" if you're looking to expand your database. And when you are at events where there's networking opportunities, when you're at open houses, make sure that you are friendly and approachable because you're amazing. Now, I'm telling you to ask for appointments anytime somebody asks for how's the market or what are rates. I'm telling you to talk to complete strangers and just be friendly and engage like an 8-year-old. And I know that's a little scary. And that's supposed to be. It's a little outside of your comfort zone. Our best growth happens outside of our comfort zone. And there is not courage without fear. It's not courageous to walk to the refrigerator in most cases. And so if these are some things that I'm sharing with you of like, oh, that feels like outside of who I am and that's awkward. Good. That means you have an opportunity to learn a little bit and stretch this muscle. Because if you really have aggressive dreams and goals, I want to make sure you push through that fear. I want to make sure that you are excited about your goals enough that you can get some courage to have the conversation, to ask for that next step. Most people don't know how to support you. Most people don't know what the next natural step is in buying a home and selling a home, what it means when they're talking to you. I buy homes pretty regularly and I still get confused if it's been 2 years since I bought a house. Like, what's the next step again? Oh, yeah, that's right. I remember. And I need my realtor or my loan officer to remind me this is what we need to do next. This is what happens after this. And I get reminded of it. And so it's good to have them be my guide. You are the guide for people that maybe haven't talked about buying or selling real estate in 10 years or longer. So it's a great opportunity for you to step up and be that trusted advisor. So, what's more important than rejection? If somebody tells you no, is that okay? Of course. Think about that 8-year-old. All right, if you really like to play hopscotch as a kid, you go out at recess and, hey, do you want to play hopscotch? Do you want to play hopscotch? Do you want to play hopscotch? And eventually you would find somebody who wanted to play hopscotch with you. And you didn't take it personally. Oh, no, I'm going to go play kickball. No, I'm going to go in the jungle gym. No, I'm going to go on the swing. That's okay. I have fun on the swing or the jungle gym. I'm looking for somebody to play hopscotch. And eventually you do. You find somebody to play hopscotch. And maybe the next day, the person that was on the swing wants to play hopscotch. The rejection is rarely personal. It just means not now. And what is more important? What is going to push you through that fear? What is going to activate that courage? When I was in corporate sales, we used to have these big trips. And so this trip one year was to Bermuda. And I had a picture of Bermuda sitting in my car so that on days where I just wanted to go home, either if I had a good day or a bad day, I was just tired and I wanted to go home. And I didn't really want to go knock on some doors or go to the next networking event. Bermuda. So it reminded me of what was important and to push myself just a little bit further, even if it made me a little uncomfortable, it was a little awkward, it was a little bit of fear involved, that my courage was motivated by the desire to go to Bermuda. What is that thing for you that will help you get a little bit of motion? And this is where we're talking about a little bit of motion is around a baseball analogy. If you can't steal second with your foot still on first. These are pictures of a professional athlete and a soon-to-be professional athlete. So Rickey Henderson is on the left, the all-time base stealing god. And on the right is my son, who's a left-handed pitcher and has been talking about playing Major League Baseball since he was 8 years old. And pitchers and base stealers are in opposition to each other. One is trying to get the other one out. And to steal second base, you have to come off at first, create some energy and some speed. And sometimes it works out and sometimes it doesn't. And it takes some ability, yes, and skill, yes, and reading the opponent and whether or not it's a good time to leave first, go to second. It is an opportunity for you to learn about yourself, to get moving, see how things go. Hey, I am having trouble getting new business. What do I need to do differently? What do I need to do more of? What do I need to get creative and expand how I'm thinking about things so that I can create motion and activity? Sometimes people get really comfortable at first base and taking that risk to go to second to put my team in a great position. It's like, I'm good and I want you to be great. And you have great goals and a great vision and great things that are important to you that these goals mean to you, why these goals are important to you. So don't be afraid to give up what is good to go for the great and create some action around it to make it happen. This is actually a little comedy. Will Ferrell was a base coach, a third base coach at a Cubs game a couple years ago. And it is known that base coaches give signs, usually give hand signals. And so he had actual signs that he was holding up. That was funny. And the idea is have a coach. The purpose of a coach in baseball is that they are looking at the field from a different perspective than the runner and can tell the runner what they need to do. Do they need to slide? Can they stand up? Do they need to wait? What is the right thing that the base runner can do that the coach can identify very, very quickly while the base runner can just watch the coach? It's all about perspective and experience. This is what a good coach does. They give you the proper perspective and experience to help you win and then help your team win, which is exciting. And that's what we're talking about. Excitement. Enthusiasm sells. Look, have you ever gone to talk to a salesperson who was not very enthusiastic? And you're like, what's going on here? Why are they not happy about what they're doing with their job? Maybe are they just having a hard day? So enthusiasm absolutely sells. When I was in college, I had a job at the Sharper Image, which was a high-end gadget store in the San Francisco Bay Area. And my job was to sell gel insoles. And it was the only thing I got paid for in the entire store. So what I noticed is that people would try them on in their shoes while they walked around the store, and people would say, "Wow, these feel like a little massage on my feet. They feel like putting my feet in wet sand. I love that feeling of my feet in wet sand." So, and then they'd go and they'd get a fresh package and they'd go buy a pair of these gel insoles. Other people would come in and they'd put them in their shoes and they'd walk around a little bit and they'd come back to me and go, "These feel like wet sand on my feet. I hate wet sand on my feet." And they give them back to me and they would not buy the insoles because it wasn't what they liked. And for me to get people to put them in their shoes as a 20-year-old, I had to stand at the edge of the store and basically ask people if they'd like to get a massage for their feet. And the people that came in would put them in their shoes and walk around, and there was a certain people that would buy them and certain people wouldn't. Now, I was a college student. Occasionally, I would come to work and I'd be a little tired and possibly a little dehydrated for no apparent reason. And my energy level wasn't quite as good. And so, what happened is that I would be challenged to get people to come into the door. And therefore, I made less sales because my energy was lower. And so I really realized in that moment that being enthusiastic and energetic around what you do is contagious. People want to know what's so exciting. What are you talking about all the time? Why is there this energy around you? Like, really, are the gel insoles that cool? And that means for anything you do. As a loan officer, as a real estate agent, it's super valuable to be excited about what you're doing. There are opportunities in every market. What is the opportunity for you? And what is the opportunity for your clients? The more clear you are on those opportunities and why people are out there buying and selling real estate, it helps you get enthusiastic. So you can tell that story. There's always going to be naysayers in every market. And in a shifting market, there's this bit of doom and gloom or some sort of responsibility around the market. And all I am telling you is find the opportunities that are exciting for you and talk about those because enthusiasm sells. When you're happy, you sell more stuff. When you're more friendly, you make new friends. And it's a great opportunity to help our friends make good decisions. We are here to solve problems. We are here to provide answers and be trustworthy and help people make sense of the market. It is an opportunity to be enthusiastic. And I'm not saying you have to be that person at the end of the mall yelling people to come and get a massage or being super rah-rah. What I'm saying is that your own energy and enthusiasm is contagious. So get excited about whatever motivates you. If it's, wow, this is a great market because there's a little bit more inventory, that my investors are able to buy some property they might not have had an opportunity to buy before. Maybe this is an opportunity for first-time home buyers. Maybe it's an opportunity for the move-up buyers. Find out what the opportunities are and then be excited about it so that when you're talking in your own way, provide some energy and enthusiasm. Because this is how we want to be. We want to be like these smiling, happy kids. We want to create an opportunity to be smiling and happy. I kind of want to go hang with these kids because they have this great energy about them. And you need to be that as well. People are looking to you to make sense of the real estate market, to make sense of the mortgage market. What is going on? Is this a good? Is this bad? And to help them identify the opportunities and be enthusiastic. We've talked about 5 different chapters today. Closed mouth don't get fed, the when and how to ask for the business. And when is when somebody asks you, how's the market and what are rates? Ask for the next step. Sales is a contact sport. We've got to get out there and talking to people. Courage means sometimes we got to get outside our comfort zone and do some things that maybe are a little uncomfortable and they're important because your vision is more important than being rejected. And remember, they're not rejecting you. They are just not interested right now. That's okay. You can't still second with your foot still on first. You have an opportunity to create some action and energy to go from the good to the great and be enthusiastic about every step of the way. Thank you so much for joining me for Closed Mouth Don't Get Fed. And go to CoachKatie.com if you need additional information. or if you would like to order a book. Thanks so much for being here. I appreciate your feedback, and we'll see you at the next video. Make it a great day.